Welcome back to the Slip and Lip podcast. We're going to start off with a bit of sport, and then with everyone going back to school and the leaving results out, we're going to kind of have our own little opinion on that and our own experiences.
We're going to talk about our memories, any funny stories that happened.
Yeah, we're going to leave that till a little bit later. We're going to talk about a bit about sport and the Premier League being back this weekend.
Yeah, mainly the football, a bit of MMA, boxing, the usual kind of crack. So let's get into it.
One of the biggest shocks of the weekend anyway was the Chelsea-Burnley match. Everyone, Cahill sent off after 14 minutes and put down to 9 men then with Fabregas, and he got sent off after 81. But the damage was done in the first half with Vokes scoring 2 goals. Couldn't believe it. I was really expecting Chelsea to start strong.
I don't want to say I told you so, but I fucking told you so. I said this last week on the podcast, this was going to happen. Chelsea weren't going to be anywhere near as good as last season. There's absolute war going on at the club. Conte doesn't look happy at all.
Doesn't look happy at all.
No, missing Hazard obviously, Pedro, Costa especially, Matic gone. Matic was playing for United and played out of his skin.
He was absolutely brilliant for United. We're a different level I've never seen.
It's going to be a great partnership, him with Pogba.
Yeah.
You can even see when they were playing the other day, they were high-fiving each other, and this, that, and the other. Pogba was able to push forward and Matic is able to keep back and
break up play.
Which is good. But I think it's going to be vital for United this season. Like I said, and City look good. United definitely look sharp. Chelsea were all over the place at the weekend. It didn't help by the 2 sending-offs, which were definite sending-offs as well.
Yeah.
Cahill's challenge, 2-foot challenge for absolutely no reason. But we're a mess at the minute.
As much as Chelsea were bad, you have to give it to Burnley. Like, fair play to Burnley. They're sold. They're arguably the best player with Gray last week, and then Sam Vokes stepped up, got 2 goals.
That's absolutely great, and that goal as well. That got the Irish guy
Brady.
Yeah, Brady. It was absolutely fabulous goal.
Yeah, great goal.
He'll never score a goal like that again in his life.
There's definitely upset there with Chelsea, and as I said last week, they definitely want to be getting 2-3 more signings in. I think
we have to. Yeah.
I think the manager is just not happy at all. You can see in his press conferences he's not happy at all. Look, for the next 2 weeks there will be hopefully change at Chelsea there.
Liverpool, your own team, what did you make?
Oh, Liverpool, exactly like what I said in the podcast. Good going forward, great pace there with Mane and Firmino and Salah, mainly Salah and Mane, but just defensively.
Salah had a good debut.
Yeah, like he got a goal in his debut and he got the penalty for Firmino, but defensively, absolutely, there's no word.
Same old Liverpool.
Yeah,
no emphasis on defence at all. All just attack.
Like as I said last week, it's been the same. Like it's been like this for years now.
Yeah.
And they're not stepping forward and changing that. And you can't. It's getting to the stage where you can't just start blaming the players. You have to look at Klopp's tactics. You have to look at this way they're setting up for one of the crosses with Firmino, our number 9, on the penalty spot. They went for this zonal marking. Zonal marking is you're lined up straight, but these were like in a narrow. I've never seen that before in my life. And then they went up and they scored off the corner. First corner of the 2017 league, and we concede off it. You know, if that's not a red flag, I don't know what is. Last minute goal to take a point or 2 points off us. Look, you could say it was offside. It should never have got that far anyway. It should have been cleared by Wijnaldum. Really, really poor defensively. Southampton can put any price tag now on Van Dijk, and Liverpool's going to have to. They're going to have to sign someone. There's talk about this Siri coming from Nice, but sure, he's centre mid. I know her centre mids in the European game yesterday didn't look great.
That 18-year-old that just had on.
Yeah, young Trent Arnold played really well at right back.
An absolute cracker of a free kick, but
really good.
I think we can safely say now we weren't agreeing on it last week, but can we just agree that Coutinho's gone? I think he's gone, and it's kind of getting to the stage now where I was saying last week, if we got Van Dijk and we kept Coutinho, you know, we'd push him for top 4. At the way Liverpool are looking now, not a hope.
I can't see him getting top 6. Even if they get Van Dijk in, you know, they need to shore up. Like Van Dijk's not just going to walk into that team and stop all these defensive errors. You have to get more off every other player out there. With Coutinho, I nearly would sell him now at this stage. It's going to get messy. It's going to be exactly like he wants to go. Costa wants. It's going to be the exact same thing at Chelsea. They're not going to play him if they don't sell him. I just can't. And if they do play him, he's not going to play because he wants to fucking leave. Well, I think with the World Cup next year, if we do keep him, he's going to have to play. He's keen to get a place in that World Cup team. But do you know his quality? Do you know what he's capable of? Do you want a player that doesn't play for you? Doesn't want to play for you?
I honestly think it's a done deal. Barcelona.
If I were Liverpool, I'd try to sign someone in now, 1 or 2 players in to try to cover, and then sell Coutinho. I wouldn't sell him before I've got cover there. Like, don't be selling them, having every other club know, should they need a replacement, put an extra 20 million on that there. Get players in now, keep Coutinho, and then let him go in a week or 2. Let him go then, leaving ourselves very vulnerable there if we sell him now, and everyone knows much we're going to need someone. And I can't see anyone in the current market that's going to give what Coutinho gives. Really a headache for Klopp there. And overall, even in the Champions League last night, good going forward again. Firmino arguably missed a really, really good chance. Lovren, really weak. Moreno, really weak. Young Trent Arnold, as I said, had a good game. Henderson wasn't great. Wijnaldum was very poor. Can was okay.
I was watching the highlights of it and they weren't great, but then again they got the win in the end.
Yeah, I know, I got the win. That's the first.
This is the difference between good teams. Liverpool are a good team, but I don't think they're world beaters at the minute.
No, they're not at the minute.
But still, good teams are able to push on and scrape out a win, which is all that
they're
matters.
saying like Hoffenheim haven't lost at home in 16 months, and we're the first team to go and beat them there at home. So look, it's all still to play for. They have to go back to Anfield next week. I know it'll be hard for them, but with Liverpool's defence, anything could happen. You go down 3-0 in the first 20 minutes easily, and I don't think anyone really arguing with me for that. Like,
I said it once and I'll say it again. Liverpool are a club that they're one trick pony with a very good trick. They're brilliant, absolutely one of the best in the world at going forward, but there's just no emphasis on defence.
Yeah, they're really.
If you score 2 goals, we'll score 3 kind of thing.
It, like, and it's just not good enough anymore. Like, throwing away points to Watford there. Crystal Palace the weekend. Crystal Palace looked really poor against Huddersfield. Defensively, I watched the game twice. I watched the highlights once and the game once. Really, really, really poor defensively, like us. So that could be an absolute ridiculous game. You have to say Huddersfield came up, played really well. New Meunier or striker.
Meunier. He's stinking, is he?
The new young striker they got. Like, he scored one more than Mbappe in the French league last year. Got him in for 14 million, I think, club record. He looks really sharp. Got 2 in his debut.
Never heard of him.
I've never heard of him either, but got him in. He looks well. He's only 22. Obviously, it's not going to be as easy as that in every other Premier League game. So see how he gets on. And he is playing for Huddersfield. No disrespect, but the one team I would actually, and it kills me to talk about, is United. United played absolutely
Lukaku
brilliant.
had an absolutely fantastic debut.
Yeah, they were really, really good. It was the first time I actually sat down. I'd say even United fans agree with me. Sat down and actually enjoyed watching them play. You know, they played really.
They're playing like a Mourinho team.
Yeah,
like massive emphasis on defence. Completely
year,
opposite to Liverpool.
Yeah. Last year was painful to watch United 99% of the time. They played some great football. Matic and Pogba, as you said, in the midfield is absolutely brilliant together. Matic sits, but he finds Pogba every time with the pass, and then there's energy. He's breaking forward to help out. Yeah. You know, and then he's getting back and he's breaking up balls. Played outstanding, and Lukaku could have easily got a hat trick. I think Zabaleta played really, really well for West Ham. Probably their only kind of standout player, I'd say. And he got down to stop Lukaku's third, which would have been a goal. He had it gone by Joe Hart.
I think it's a sign of things to come for United with these smaller when they're playing against these smaller teams for the season.
Like they were thrown away 2 points last season. I think that 16 draws or 15 draws last season, which is madness. But
in the last game, again, they look like really, really sharp.
Yeah, they're definitely going to score a lot more this year. I did say last week about their defence. Wouldn't have been really top notch, but they proved me wrong this weekend. They played really well. Can't really say anything bad about them, to be honest.
Okay, so we'll leave the football there. I just want to mention. This evening, it got mentioned with the Conor McGregor. They're going to be fighting at 8-ounce gloves now.
Oh, right, you went down?
Yeah, so they went to the commission. Normally, they're only allowed to fight at 10-ounce gloves, anything over £147. You have to fight at 10-ounce gloves. That's the rules. These guys are fighting at 155. I'm trying to get my head around it. Why Mayweather wants the smaller gloves? Why
is it to try to prove a point to McGregor?
Maybe he thinks he can't be beaten. You know, maybe he thinks I'll give him exactly. Conor, I'll give you exactly what you want. I'll give you the smaller gloves that you're used to. Now he's used to 4-ounce gloves, but I'll give it. He wouldn't definitely be used to 10-ounce, but I'll go as far as 8-ounce gloves. I don't know why he's doing it. As we know, he has brittle hands. I thought the bigger gloves, more padding, would be better for Mayweather. So I just really can't understand why he's after going down to the 8-ounce and letting him do it. But hey, look, I'm not complaining because it's better for McGregor.
Yeah, you have to say it is a massive plus for McGregor.
It gives him more of a chance to absolutely stop the guy. So
like maybe if you're Mayweather though, you're trying to take away any excuse that he's going to have after the fight. If he does lose, you know, he's going to try to take away everything that he's going to come back with.
Yeah,
he asked for 8-ounce gloves. He had the 10. Now they're going back down to 8. It's eliminating that.
Yeah.
Do you know that factor out of it?
But I think it's a week left now, maybe
11 days.
11 days, to the biggest sports event in history.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll leave that there and we push on to the main event. Well, not the main event, the main story or main topic of discussion for this episode. The Leaving Cert results are out today. Did you hear about the Leaving results? They're doing a new grading system.
All right.
Yeah, the highest mark you can get it's a H. They're called H. So if you're in an honours, it's H. If you're in an ordinary level, it's O. So H. They've made it harder to get a H, like the highest mark, a H1. Used to be called an A1, but it's a H1 now, and they've made it harder to get that, but they've made it easier not to fail a higher level subject.
And when is that being started from?
No, it's now. I never heard about it, but it came out today, and people were trying to get their heads around this new grading system. But I don't know too much about it. I just know that it's meant to be easier to not fail and it's harder to get the best score in the system. But there'll be a load of 16-year-olds going around down to town tonight getting absolutely hammered, I'd say.
Oh god, yeah.
Do you remember when you got your results?
I vaguely remember getting my results. I can't remember if it was...
I remember crying getting my results.
Oh, I do remember my leaving.
That's what I remember results. Mine. Fucking Jesus Christ, I got absolutely ate when I got home.
Yeah, I didn't have a good leaving cert at all now, to be honest. Barely scraped it.
I got my results. I remember going up to the school and getting the brown envelope, and everyone else was open theirs, and you see some people you know by people's faces, like if they're fucking some people don't show you the results or whatever. Some lads just don't give a shite and show anyone, and they just want to go into session a couple of hours later. But I didn't open mine because I knew I didn't put the work in. I didn't study. I didn't really like school. I didn't open it, and I waited till I got home and showed my man. She opened it for me, and she just looked at me and she goes, "I hope you're fucking happy." Do you know? Do you know she's not angry. She's just
let down.
Yeah, that kind of way, and it's always worse. Like, but then and all, went out that night. I think it was the first time I ever went over to the duck pond for a session. It was my first and last time. I was never, all the cool people in the town used to go over to. I was never one of the cool people. Like, so I didn't. Me and my friends never used to go over there. But I remember going over there, and I think I was absolutely robbed. There was €20 I spent on getting 4 cans. I was an absolute gobshite. Like, wouldn't have been the coolest guy back then, like, but
I probably sold you the cans.
Yeah, you probably did. And there were Aldi cans as well, old English cider or something. I remember giving it because I didn't know what the price of the things were, like, so I wouldn't have known. It was like, get us 4 cans there. How much do you want? Yeah, €20. And I think I got like €2 back in change or something like that. Like, I was fucking delighted. Sure. Yeah, geez, that's going back a couple of years now. And if anyone's listening to this and they're doing their leaving cert and didn't get the results that they want, I'll just say I didn't get really the results I wanted. I went back to repeat, and I'd done marginally better. Then I went to do a kind of an after school course, like a FETAC course, and I'd done really well in that. I got student of the year in that, and I got all distinctions, and that led me on to going to college then, and I finished college last year with an honours degree in architectural technology, and in a couple of weeks I'll be doing my masters in DIT. So for anyone that's saying that, I'm after messing up and leaving cert now, I don't really know what to fucking do with myself. It's not the be all and end all.
Exactly, like there's a lot of pressure on these young lads now. Like, you know, it would have been, I don't know if it's more now compared to us back then. I know I would have been a few years before you.
Yeah.
I'm probably 9 years out of school now. So like, even look at you, like, you did bad in your leaving cert, you went on, you're going on to do your masters now. You know, there's many stories like that.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a back door into everything. That you want to do. Like, I always say, I stand by a quote, and it's phenomenal will beats phenomenal skill. Just because you're good at something doesn't mean you're better. Like, you have to just put in the work. Like, if you really, really like something, doesn't matter. That's what the problem is at school. I think nowadays they're putting so much emphasis on stuff that you just don't give a shite about. Like, if you're not good at maths, don't fucking do the maths. Just find something that you're good at. If you're good at woodwork, just do woodwork all the time, like, you know. But focus on something that you're really, really good at and that you think you can excel at. That's what I did in the end. And I done really well in college. Over the overall marks over the 4 years, I done the best in my class. Like, and then that shows. Then I got accepted to do my masters for college or into DIT. So yeah, if anyone that's worried about and they don't really know what to do or anything like that, just find what you like, I suppose.
Everyone that got the results today, I hope you all got what you wanted. But for those that didn't, it isn't the end of the world.
No.
You will look back at yourself in a few years' time and go, Jesus, it wasn't the end of the world. And what I was feeling then and what emotions and everything that was going through, it isn't the end of the world. I can achieve it without that.
Of course, yeah.
You know,
it's only a fucking exam at the end of the day.
It is only an exam.
Like, there's way too much emphasis on that exam. Half the people doing that exam, 70% to 80% of the students doing that exam haven't a clue what they want to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
100%.
This is the biggest exam of your life, to say your biggest in education. It's absolutely, it's fucking mad. Like, how can you put 6 years into 1 week?
Yeah.
Of exams.
6
years of learning into 1 week. It's absolutely crazy. In my opinion, they need to change the whole system.
I think that as well, yeah.
They've changed small bits and parts when they say they're making it easier and this, that, and the other, but they're fucking not. It's still a massive exam at the end of the day. Students go into depression and everything. Like, they go crazy. Yeah, like we said, just, it's not the be all and end all of fucking life. To be honest, you're going to find what you want to do.
And it will all work out. Like, don't take it as much to heart as you're thinking right now. It will get better. But
that being said, that was a kind of a downer on school and stuff like that. But I think in primary school and secondary school, we were talking to you today, and that's why we're doing the podcast here. We've so many funny stories.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't friends in school.
No.
You were older than me, but Jesus Christ, even in primary school, there were just so many funny memories. Like,
I would say I didn't really like secondary school. I don't know whatever was going on with me or whatever, but I did like primary school. You know, you're just an absolute devil running around. Like, you know, you're winding up. I know, same in secondary school, but we were little fucking devils in primary school.
And you're let away with murder.
100%. Like, you know,
let away with absolute blue murder.
You're going up to the office. I don't give a fuck what I'm going to do to me. Like, in secondary school, you can then kind of realised that you can get in more trouble. But in primary school we got away with everything.
Yeah. Why did they make us learn joined up writing?
I don't know.
Why did they make us do that? I have never used joined up writing. Why did they make us do that? Like,
they've ruined me, because say I'm writing notes for someone, or I'm writing a list, or writing something for someone else to read or go through, they haven't got a clue what I say. Like, my writing's atrocious, and if I just stuck to whatever way I was writing before, that would be grand, like. Yeah. But
I remember getting into an argument with a teacher one time. I used to cheat on the maths. You know the way you weren't allowed to use a calculator or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
I used to have a calculator all the time. Like, and I had a little pocket size one.
Or have it in the bag and have your bag on the table. And all the tricks.
Turned around to me and she goes, Ryan, you're never going to have a calculator. You're not always going to have a calculator. Bollocks. Yeah. My iPhone, every phone now has a fucking calculator in it. I'm in work. I can't add up. No, it's actually quicker just to type the ox on the calculator.
Of course it is.
And I'd say everyone does that.
Everyone does it.
But, it's funny. Like, there's so many different things. I remember in my school, we were trying to get a green flags. Basically means like you're a clean school for the environment and stuff like that. Like, but I was on the committee. There was 3 of us on the committee. Like,
and this is in primary school.
Yeah. Oh, looking back now, Jesus Christ, I was an absolute sap. An absolute loser. Like, I remember we used to be, there was one of us in charge of the composting, and one of us was picking up litter. Like, we used to get off about 15 minutes every class, to do the litter before 3 o'clock in primary school. Yeah. And it was a DOS in the end. We thought we were really cool. Like, but I'd say every other student or pupil was looking at us going, "What the fuck are these 3 E's doing? They're picking up our orange peels and banana peels and all." Like,
they're like wasting their lunches to go around and pick up shit.
Yeah, fucking eat it, like, just to be part of the green team. Fucking god, man.
Ridiculous. But even like, how great was it in school, in primary school, like the bell for the lunch, everyone out, like, you know, the absolute chaos used to get out into the.
As soon as you heard the bing, 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 it was just like, it didn't matter if there was a chap on fire next to you. You were legging it out, and someone had to bring the tennis ball for the football. Yeah. I'm convinced that's how everyone got really good at football, because of the size of the ball. Like, you know, if you had a bigger ball, you wouldn't be as good. But everyone's like that played football, their touch was amazing. They were deadly at shots because you're playing this tiny little ball. Do you remember when you used to play PE, whatever? Like, it was always rounders, it was always footballs at the top bank and stuff like that. And you always got the guy that kicked the ball over the wall or kicked it over the fence, and it'd be fucking gone.
And you ruined PEs. Like, man, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
you're never playing again.
You're quite shit. And we absolutely give them dogs abuse, like dogs
Jesus
abuse.
Christ, when you used to see the telly come in.
Oh,
on the wheels.
Like, honestly, anyone can say, like, the best feeling in school was like if you walked into class and the telly was even already there. You're like, oh my god, Muzzy Moore is coming out.
Muzzy Moore.
I'm actually delighted. I'm going to do nothing and listen to Muzzy shout on in Irish.
This is great. Pencils down, lads.
And then down. Like, I don't know if you were in the school same time I was for this. It was like the World Cup. When Ireland was playing, the whole school would shut down and we'd all watch. And then when the Olympics were on, and Sonia O'Sullivan, the whole school was shut down and we'd all watch Sonia run. And they're like, yo, I don't give a shit about who the Sonia one is.
But I'm not going back to learn my tables.
Yeah, she's a great crack. She's stopping all this learning, like, in the whole country, shutting down so we can watch this one run up the fucking up the field.
Why did they make it like the maths tables? Why did they make us do that? Like,
the maths tables?
2 by 2 equals do you remember the little tiny book? You got a real thin book, and it was just every single maths up until
and then
whatever.
We used to like call you out. Did you used to play King of the Castle?
What? No.
Oh, we had this King of the Castle game, right? So like you lined up in 2s, 2 by 2, right? So then the teacher's up, and then they give you a multiplication or a division, or could have been even adding at the time. Like, if you got it wrong, so you were paired up against the lad beside you, so if you got it wrong, you had to go sit down. And the last person standing got a prize. Now, I never won it, like, you know, I was shocking, like, but like there was always one or two that always win it, and they got this prize, and then after a while you'd be like, fucking cunts.
What an arsehole.
What an arsehole.
Just because I don't know what 12 by 12 is.
Learning these fucking maths.
What a loser. I don't want to know all the Irish rivers in alphabetical order. Like, fucking hell.
Like, none of this, like, when you look back now, none of it is ever helping you in the real world. Like,
never wrote I never had a pen pal either. Remember, you have to write to your French pen pal. You have to write a postcard. Who? Fucking Gerard.
Exactly.
Never done any of that, like.
And then do you remember like the likes of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards and the Pokemon, like the craze of Pokemon cards when I was young. Like, I remember at one stage, we won't name names, but there was 2 lads in my class. Primary school, I can't even remember what year. I said I was in like second class. It would have been second class or third class or whatever. And I paid 2 lads in Pokemon cards to beat up another lad that I didn't. I swear to God, the devilment. Like,
so you hired hitmen?
I hired hitmen from Pokemon cards, yeah. And all these
what Pokemon? They weren't like a savage Charmander or a Pikachu.
It was all these like Squirtles I had left over, and
you had about
shite, like.
You had about 5 Squirtles.
But the 2 boys got in proper trouble and never said it was me. They took
never rat.
Oh, never rat at all. And I just sitting back delighted that this lad I didn't like got bet up. Now I know that's really vindictive and really bad now looking back. And when you're a little lad, you're like, fuck him.
They're definitely gone on to work with the monk or the hutch or something.
Yeah, probably are.
Just proper paid hitman.
But absolute craziness.
Do you remember any of the like books that you used to get? Do you remember any of the names?
I wouldn't.
Do you remember Tara and Bane?
I wouldn't be able to name one. Not a chance.
None of them. What was the other one? Busy at Maths.
Busy at Maths, I actually remember. Yeah.
Jesus, yeah. New Treasury of English, all them same shit.
Oh, like, not to be bad. Do you remember the special class in school?
The remedial classes.
The remedial classes, like, so, you know.
Timmies.
Like, we don't like.
Stop being so PC.
You can't be really saying that.
That was the thing. We used to go around school, and if someone was a bit slower than someone, he was a fucking Timmy.
Yeah.
And he used to say, Timmy. Like that. That's the way we used to say it. He got absolute stick. But they didn't care. Who cares? Like,
I remember there was like Miss Sharkey, I think it was, that had the kind of class. Like, you know, if you go into that class, say you're sent down to get, you know, a book for the teacher or something. Barry, go down there and get me this off Miss Sharkey. You're going into that classroom and you're hoping to get out of it alive. Like, you walk in, the teacher could be on fire. The boys are going around doing chants naked. You know, burning computers out. Oh, to be killing each other running around the class. Like,
God,
and you go back to your class, sit down and try to do your maths, and the boys are having the best crack in the world. And it's teachers like.
It was always the country lads as well. Do you know the lads from the country with like fucking big heads on them, like hands like fucking hands like shovels, like out from the farm a couple of hours earlier. Like, you know, they'd be up all hours in the morning just fucking out on the farms.
Out fucking hay bales around the country.
The only reason they come to school is that because that's where the fucking bus stops. Like, do you know what I mean? Teach me, will you? Yeah. Fucking like to see you try that kind of thing. I know how to go on the fucking pieball. But Jesus, yeah, those lads were the funniest. Like, you meet some of the lads that you used to go to school with now, and fucking the stories that you're able to tell. Did you tell me the other day that you were the leader of the chess club?
Yeah, I was the leader, and this was when I got to secondary school.
I'm sorry, hold on.
I know.
The fucking stick I could give you, like.
But like, I remember they called it over the intercom one day. I was like, is anyone interested in joining the chess team? Could they please come down to the office? And I was in the middle of business or something like that. I hate business, so I was like, yeah, I'm well interested in this. And the teacher even said to me, Barry, you've no interest in going to that. You just want to get out of class. I was like, excuse you, miss, I actually love chess. Now, I wouldn't tell you one set chess piece from another, like, wouldn't have a clue. So I went down to this anyway, and I was expecting maybe a few more of the lads that like I would have kind of got in trouble with to kind of go down with me. No, not a chance. I went down by myself. So it's like standing there going, oh, this is completely backfired on me now, has it? But then all these young lads came out with, like, I said I was in 5th year probably when I went down for this, and all these 1st years and 2nd years came up to join the chess team. So then the teacher over it at the time was like, right, well, Barry, you're the oldest, so we're going to make you captain, so you're going to have to be, you know, a bit of a leader to the younger lads. Oh yeah, no bother, that's grand. So then he kind of talked us through a little bit of chess for 10 minutes, and then...
Did you know how to play?
Not really, like, you know,
barely.
So it was grand anyway, and he was waffling on about stuff I wasn't really paying attention anyway. So then anyway, I went back to class, and then I'd say about a month went by, and then I got called to the office, and I was like, oh, what have I done now? Yeah, you know, Jesus, what have I done? So I went down, and the chess teacher was there. Barry, what was the story with the chess? In what way, sir? And he was like, you haven't been to any training sessions or any of the matches or anything? Sure, you never took when are the training sessions? I have to stay after school late on Wednesday. I went, hold on, sorry, what? He went, you have to stay after school late on Wednesdays, and we train in the lunch breaks. But you want me to stay late after school on Wednesday, and then on lunch you want me to come down to your class and play chess? Barry, you are the chess captain. I was like, well, you can good luck with that.
Go and shite your captain.
Good luck with that. I was like, oh, you're not setting a good example for the younger students. I couldn't give a fuck. I'm gone, good luck. So I was technically chess captain for a month, say, and then never looked up or down at it again.
You were definitely more of a devil than I was.
Well, I wasn't really more of a devil. Like, I was really quite up till about 5th year. Yeah. But then, like, you know, when you get a bit older and you start drinking, you start all this crack, like, and kind of lose run of yourself then, like, but before that, I would have been quite...
I was cool out, man. I used to play the recorder, and I was clad. Do you know how good I was at a recorder? The music teacher gave me, and I think 2 or 3 other guys, a longer recorder. It's called a tenor. It's basically like a recorder times 2. It was a big fucking huge jug.
So it's like a big dildo, really.
Yeah, big fucking huge, and you just blow and suck on it.
Yeah.
I used to go home and...
You getting trained?
Yeah, Ave Maria. Like, not a fucking bother. I was class at it. Used to go to the Avonmore Musical Society and kill at it.
Were you in this in secondary school? Or
primary school. I'm bringing that into secondary school.
I was just
take it on me and bake the hell out of it.
I was just thinking, like, oh my god.
Mad or what?
But even in primary school, I remember we used to go down to music class and we used to nearly hit each other with the recorders. That was about as much as we all did, like, you know.
Remember they used to get the guy to come in and play tag rugby with us? Remember from the rugby club?
Oh yeah.
Tag rugby, me arse. Used to be Killins. Yeah. What was the tag called? I was just... Oh, he gored him. Wasn't that the
I'd be like head-high challenges. Taking your head clean off.
You'd actually be sent to jail now. If the guard saw you do it, you'd be sent to jail. You'd be locked up.
It'll never happen now, like in school.
Yeah. Did you do any plays?
Oh, in primary school I did a play. It was... the farmer. Yeah, the farmer and the cowboy.
Yeah.
Should be friends. Went over to Bay. We did it all in the Bay now. I don't know if we came anywhere, to be honest.
I'd say it was a couple of years after you, 2 or 3 years after you. In our 5th class, I think, we done Grease. And we made having the blonde hair. Do you remember Kinnicky out of Grease?
Yeah. Hickey from Kinnicky.
Hickey from Kinnicky's like a hallmark. We ended up going against St. Mary. We went over to the Bay Hotel and we ended up winning. We were really, really good. Like,
see, like,
not to blow our own fucking trumpet,
we got the farmer and the cowboy, but
that's a shit one.
You put me in a leather jacket now, and there's only one Danny Zuko in that building. Like, I'm not even messing.
We were absolutely class. It was that scene when they're in the garage, you remember? We get some overhead lifters.
That is class.
I can still remember the song.
That is class.
They're the memories that you kind of look back fondly on in school.
Yeah. I was completely different now. Like when you went to recorders and all. I remember
I wasn't into recorders.
I know the way you were into recorders and into Grease and all that stuff. I remember it was like they did the Debs committee. I never went to my Debs, but
no, this is going to transition to secondary school.
Yeah, this is when we were in secondary school. So I was in the Debs.
You wanted the Debs in primary school, like?
Well, I'm telling you, I had to go over to the Bay to try to get prices for the Bay. You know what time. Yeah. What bands and a lot of shite. Like I would have just turned 18 in school in 6th year. So me and let's call him Bill and Bain went over to that.
Yeah, we're not going to name any names.
No, we won't name any names.
Get in trouble.
We went over to the Bay, get prices or whatever like that. So the 3 of us went over, and then we just had a little pit stop in Dunn's and got. I went and got 20 bottles of Budweiser, and we set up in a ditch at the back of the Bay and got
with the money. Like,
I think it was our own. I can't remember. I think it was our own money, but we weren't going over to pay. We were going over to get a price.
All right, okay.
And then go back to the students and tell them how much it was.
And you were let over there because you were the committee.
And we were the committee, we were trusting, we were responsible to go over, and I don't know what they were thinking, to be honest. They let probably 3 the dribbles to go over, but went over and we all sat in a ditch. Got absolutely hammered. Only young, like. Got hammered and no sign of the Bay, and then the teachers were ringing us, and there was a lot to explain now the next day in school, to be honest. I actually don't think I went in the next day. I think I was too dying. I think it could have been
just absolutely dying.
Dying, I think. Yeah, I think I left it for a day or two and I went back in, and I think the 2 boys took most of the brunt for it. But
I remember making the transition from primary school to secondary school, and I was absolutely shit myself. I think most people are.
Yeah,
deep down they are. Like,
I think,
especially if you're going to a mixed school.
That's it.
We both came from the same primary school, which is all lads, and we went to the secondary school, which was a mixed school. I had it in my head, like, what if the teacher asks you something, you have to stand up, and you're in a class and it's mixed. There's lads and girls there. Girls that you wouldn't know, obviously. Yeah. She asked you a question and they got the question wrong, and like would they laugh at you? And fucking, you have all these things. Your hormones are fucking all over the place. Like you don't know.
Even thinking back now, I can still remember the lads. There's a mixed primary school in the town as well. And the lads that came from the mixed primary school were just like.
Oh, there was, yeah.
Yeah, so they were so relaxed around everyone, and you could know the lads that came from.
Yeah, they were a lot cooler.
The main school, because it was just like, oh my god, there's a woman in class. What is going on? Why is she there?
Yeah, there's literally fucking a dozen diggies. There's loads here. And they've all the JJs.
Ringing your mad, there's a dozen diggies in class. What's going on?
We went, did you ever go on a school? Oh, you did go on a school trip. Oh, yeah. We went over to Belgium.
I went on that.
Went to Belgium. Space camp.
Yeah, that was a great crack.
Yeah.
I have to say, I would have been a bit older than you now. I would have been probably the oldest group that went.
Yeah.
And you would have been.
There was a younger group, and I was part of the younger group. Yeah.
Oh, we had a great crack. Like, because in Belgium, the legal age to drink is 16.
Oh, what it is? Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I think I was definitely 16. We call him David. Right. I think he was about 16 as well. But do you remember the time we went to we got a day pass to this fun park, theme park,
kind of like an excursion kind of thing.
Yeah, like, so we were all just like trusted, let out, off you go, just be back here by a certain time. there'll be no pressure on any grand. So the first thing we did is we went to this bar and got like pictures of beer, and we didn't know what was going on, like, because we weren't getting served in Ireland, but we were over there, and I said it to him. I said, I'm gonna chance to get a beer, and he was like, oh man, you never get served. And I was like, oh fuck, I'm just gonna give it a go, like. And we didn't know the drinking age was 16. So I went up, can I get a picture of that beer? Yep. And I just looked back at him and went, oh my god, this is going to be the best fucking day out ever. So, you know, one picture led to two or whatever. Now, we were only 16, like, we were hammered. And then we were running around. I think we weren't allowed on one roller coaster because we were too drunk. And I got kicked out of the park. We went on another one. I got off and got sick into a bin. You know, it was a brilliant crack. Went back before. Now, we lost all track of time and everything.
So hammered,
like, you know. So we went back to the bar and got a pizza, I think, and like a pizza between us, and then another picture of beer.
Man, that sounds like the best bar ever.
Oh, it was the best crack. It was
picture
just like
pints and
it was just like a little pizza place, but it had a big bar in it. Like.
Yeah.
So we went in. It was like we got the pizza in the bar, and then two of us were sitting there. It was like said David and Barry to contact this place, and I was sitting there going, "That's not."
Over like the park intercom.
Oh, over the park intercom, like, and I said, "That's not us." No, it's not. It's grand. Anyway, so we finished up our drink and then we kind of just started strolling around, and then we couldn't see any of the lads out of our class. Like, and we're like, right, we might be last ones here. We may kind of make a little burst for the front. Like, so we went out to the front, and I remember we called him Mr. M. was one of the teachers, and I was like, oh man, we're gonna get in shit. We're hammered now. I thought we'd loads of time. Like, I'm gonna take a piss, because you know when you're 16, taking a piss is gonna sober you up really quick. Like, you know what I mean? What do you think? Like, I'm gonna go in and have a piss. I'll be grand when I come out. I'll be 100%.
Christ.
So the two of us went in to have a piss. All you hear is, he didn't give a what the fuck time do you call this? And we were like, oh my god,
this is Mr.
Yeah.
Oh Christ.
So we turn around, it's like, oh sorry, have you been drinking? No, but you sure, like, come on. He was like, get back to the bus now. Yeah, no bother. So I was shitting it, like, but then two of us were pissed, like, so we kind of ran back to the bus and kind of like ran up and down the bus and got in a lot of trouble. Like, then we got back to I think we had to watch a movie or something that night. Went back to the little place we were all staying, and
kind of campus kind of.
Yeah, a little campus, and I think I went to bed, to be honest. I woke up the next morning though.
Yeah.
Like, I was absolutely dying. Like, you're thinking of 16 drinking these I didn't even know what pictures was. I just went like,
hold on man, you keep saying this, I'm gonna stop you there. Are you calling that pictures?
Pictures of beer.
Picture.
Oh, picture of beer, is it?
You're like, a picture of beer. I was like, why is he buying a picture of a fucking beer? Is it not a picture?
A picture of beer?
Yeah.
What's a picture of beer? I have no idea.
It's not. It's not a fucking picture of beer.
What, a picture of beer?
Picture.
Pitcher?
Pitcher, like a pitcher.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't know why it's called that. I'm nearly sure.
I don't know.
Could we call it picture of beer? We'll find out.
We'll find. We'll get back to this.
Yeah, we'll get back.
But
you got a picture of beer.
Anyway, so the next morning I woke up and I was absolutely dying, and we had to do some, I don't know what it was, jump off the spaceship down the slide or something like that. There was some sort of thing. Yeah.
Some fucking
Yeah, I did not do this, like, so I was sharing a bunk with your man that we got drunk together. Now he got up and went, but I was like, I'm in just no fit state to be jumping off at him, like. So I lay in the bed, and I had one of the teachers coming in and saying that I was hungover, and I was like arguing me heart out, trying to tell him I wasn't hungover.
Yeah. What did you say to her?
I thought I had food poisoning. Yeah.
Food poisoning.
I got food. That's a bit like, you know.
She knew you'd been out. Like,
oh yeah, sure. They all knew. I got in shit when I got back to the fucking place. Anyway, they were nearly going to send me home and all sorts.
What?
Yeah, they were threatening to send me. Now I knew they weren't really going to send me home, but they were threatening to send me home.
Yeah.
Long story short, I said I had food poisoning. They ended up coming down. The head one that kind of was over the trip came down and was not happy, and she was like, right Barry, she was trying to threaten me with like money. She was like, right, if you have food poisoning, we're going to have to ring a doctor for you. I was like, okay. I was like, now we're going to have to charge you €25 for this doctor to come out, so you don't want to be paying that. I was like, miss, yeah, I'll pay it. She was like,
didn't give a shite.
Like, I just wanted to lay in bed. I couldn't give a shite.
Yeah.
I am not jumping off this plane. Like, so I went back to sleep for a few hours, and then there was a knock on the door. One of the teachers was like, the doctor's up there for you. I was like, oh, right. So I went up. This woman hadn't got one word of English. Completely French. So I was sitting there trying to tell her I was getting sick, and she just nodding and speaking French to me. Now she could have given me anything. She just gave me 2 of these tablets. I gave her €25. She toddled on with herself.
And you got fucking robbed.
Oh, you fucking, there could have been anything.
Could have been anything.
2 aspirin, 2 fucking or whatever you were giving me. But I went back to bed and I was happy as Larry then until the next day.
Didn't bother you anymore?
No, never. No one came near me.
I remember that trip. Yeah, it was a great trip. Man, you were a lot. Looking back on it, you were a lot more stories than I have. I was more not calmer, but I say a bit more boring. Like I didn't really get up. I didn't like school, but I wasn't in trouble all the time either. I wouldn't have been in with the cool kids. You would have been in with the cooler crowd.
I don't even know if we would have been.
Do you know the way there's in schools, like there's always kind of three groups. There's always the kind of gobshites that don't want to fucking learn. They don't want to be in school. They're always causing shite. Then there's the middle kids that are kind of, they want to learn but they want to have a laugh as well. Then there's the kind of just lick arses that just they don't want to get involved in it. I was kind of in the middle, going to the top. I didn't want to be in trouble, but I wanted to learn a little bit. Like, but I just wasn't in with the cool kids. Like there was lads and they were having, this is about 16, 17, like they were having sex and this and the other. At 16, I only kissed someone at 16. Like lads of 14, 15 having sex and everything. I was like, oh yeah, lads,
yeah, 100%.
You know, like lads would be talking, oh, I done this with her, done that with her, and I'd be like, oh yeah. And I nearly had a fucking notebook trying to write down, what did he say? He done what?
Have you got tips for this, lads?
Yeah. What way did he put his hand? I'd be like, do you know what I mean? Oh, fucking yeah.
But like, even like now, like when we're a lot older, like even the pressure on a lot of that, like when you were younger, now when you're looking back and you laugh at it, like, you know what I mean?
Like, I remember we done the Young Scientist in school, in secondary school. We had a team, there was 3 of us. And we went up to the RDS and we ended up, in the end, we got highly commended or something like that. That was one of the highlights of secondary school for me. When you go up, you're a young lad, like, as I said, hormones all over the gaff, you fucking right, you're humping, like, you hump your hand, like, you go up and there's just young ones from Dublin. Yeah,
nothing better than from Dublin, young ones.
Yeah, I remember there was girls from up the north and they came over to our stand and they started talking. And as soon as they start talking, I was all over the floor, man. Just their accent. Oh, I just couldn't hear words. The one talking asked me, and I just said to her, I said, just keep talking. I don't know what you're saying, just keep talking. Because you sound absolutely, Jesus Christ, great. Like. But there's something about the Donegal accent or no. Do you like it? Scottish accent? Maybe not a Scottish accent.
I like a Welsh accent for some fucking mad. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, something about that on a girl is just really appealing. But fucking hell, yeah, the Young Scientist is lunacy let loose.
I don't think obviously they probably wouldn't let me go up to the Young Scientist, to be honest. But
you wouldn't have been doing the Young Scientist,
no,
to be honest.
100%. No.
Yeah. Do you remember going to your debs?
I actually never went to my debs.
You didn't have a deb? Well,
no, I was on the kind of committee, and then they kind of copped on and took me off it and gave it to a girl, and the girl sorted out, it was grand. But I was going to, it was all good, and so like as I said, I was 18 in 6th year. Yeah. So I was out in a nightclub in Arklow. I was out, and I would have kind of hung around with older. Once I kind of hit 18, and like, now don't get me wrong, like the friends I had in school, I'd still love them to bits to this day. Like, you know, they were there for me. Yeah. You know, throughout me worst times and all like that. They're really great lads. At that time, when you turned 18, you kind of just want to go out all the time, and they weren't 18 yet, so I kind of went around with an older crew of lads. Yeah. And just
to kind of get into the
just kind of go out and have, you know, a bit of crack now. So I would have been going out with lads that were in college and well out of school, and out working and all. So really drunk one night in Sally's, and it was this great idea about going to Oxygen music festival. Like, I was just no bother, I go, no bother, got, you know, agreed to get a ticket, buy a ticket, no bother, and it was like a fucking lot of money. It was like 290 €. And now I would have had a part-time job, but still, like, it's a lot of money, like, for someone that is still in school. So I got it anyway, and then grand, all set, and then I found out that it was on the same weekend as the Debs. So like I had a girlfriend in 6th year, but I asked a friend, you know, a girl that's actually just a friend, to go. Right. I don't know.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah, I don't know what you did. It was only young fucking. What happened was, realised it was on the same day. To be perfectly honest, Oxygen just sounded so much better than spending all this money getting a suit and going over to the fucking bay and getting drunk.
Are you telling me you told you wanted to fuck off?
I didn't tell her to just fuck off. I rang her. Now this was late. Now this was the same night in Sally's. I rang her to tell her I just bought an Oxygen ticket.
Oh my fucking god.
And I can't go to the Debs.
Jesus
Now, this was a few weeks before the Debs. Now, luckily, she hadn't got the dress. She was saying she was going the next day or the day after to get the dress. Now, I would have had to sell the ticket. Maybe try to sell the ticket if she did get.
You were never selling that fucking ticket. Man, you were on auction. You were getting hammered, and she can fuck off. She can bring someone else to the Debs.
Yeah, that probably was
basically it.
But like,
fucking lie to me.
Everyone went to the Debs. I'm sure they had an absolutely brilliant night, and probably one thing I would regret that I never went to the Debs. But I probably had the best weekend of my life at Oxygen that time. It was the best lineup. 2009, I think it was the best.
Was that the Eminem one?
Yeah, Eminem. Yeah. Oh my god, it was Prodigy. It was absolutely ridiculous weekend. So I think I made the right choice.
My Debs in my year, we actually didn't have one. Whatever happened, we were meant to have it, and then something happened with the money. I think someone went off with the fucking money or something like that. But Didn't have one in the end, and I went to, a girl asked me to go. I was out one day with a few of my friends, and a girl came up to me and she asked me to go to the Debs. Straight up to me, like walked up to me. And I thought she was having a laugh because I thought like she was way better looking than, not the way you have rating, like if she was better looking than me, like. And I looked at her, I went, ha! I legged it. I didn't even answer. I just went, ha! And just legged it and kept running. Like that's how fucking cool I was back in the day.
Cool,
man, I was a cool cat. Like went to the Debs with her and still with her to this day. Like, but yeah, the Debs are always right crack. Anyone that doesn't go to the Debs, I think, misses out.
Yeah, but I did go to Oxygen, in fairness. Yeah, like, probably the best Oxygen.
Yeah.
Like, to be, I was really drunk and it was really late at night, like, in a ring. But,
so you were dropping girls, you were going to Oxygen. Girls asking me, and I'm going, see ya! And legging it, like, that's how fucking bent I was. But
right, I think we're going to wrap it up there. That was our school memories. If anyone else has any school memories, embarrassing stories or anything, they want to throw it up. We don't actually know what we're going to do next week. We're going to put out on Facebook and all social media what we're going to do for next week's podcast during the week.
We keep you posted.
Yeah, we keep you posted and see what the story is. And as always, we got a great response, by the way, for last week's
last
podcast.
Week's video we put up on Facebook. We got nearly 1,300 views.
Yeah, 1,300. So that was like massive improvement for us. So we'd like to thank everyone for that.
It's always nice to see because we try to come here every week. And it takes a bit of time editing and publishing it all to the different platforms. So it's nice when you see the views getting up and this, that, and the other. So if anyone has any feedback or comments want us to do, let us know.
As always, hit like and give us a few views, and thanks a million for everything.
This has been the Slip of the Lip podcast. Good luck.
Good luck.